Hi, I'm Lisa Lundy, a motivational speaker, mother, and the author of the Super Allergy Girl Allergy and Celiac Cookbook. I'm here today to talk to you about milk allergies and lactose intolerance. I have a downloadable, it's a free document, short document on milk allergies and lactose intolerance. I want to distinguish a milk allergy and a severe milk allergy, which is one of the allergies we have in our house. A little bit of milk can be very life-threatening or fatal. So there's a couple things you need to know about that I talk about in the free downloadable document, which is the terms you need to be aware of that milk could be in a food. It would be great if milk was always labeled as milk. That would make life really easy for all of us who have to avoid milk for our highly severely allergic children. Would also make it easier for people who are simply lactose intolerant and get very sick from a little bit of milk. So some of the terms which I've included in my little tip sheet are milk, butter, butterfat, whey, casein, caseinate, curds. Some caramel color and some caramel flavorings will have a little bit of milk, so you have to be careful of coloring, caramel coloring or caramel flavorings. Whey, I already mentioned. Dried milk, lactate, anything with lactate, lactate starter, any part of lactate you want to double check and be sure of, because that's usually related to milk. Lactose, lactoferrin, lactose protein, whey protein, lactulose. There's a number of different things, so you have got to be vigilant about the labeling of the foods, or if you're at a party, who's made the food, and just understand that a lot of people who are not living in the world of mild or severe lactose intolerance or a severe food allergy aren't going to understand the damage a little bit of milk can bring. Some products I want to recommend that I mentioned in the tip sheet if you're lactose intolerant or have a severe milk allergy. One is a product called Dairy Free. It's a dry powder that you mix up and make into a potato-based milk. It's free of all milk, it's free of soy, it's free of rice, it's free of many allergens, and it's a wonderful product if you want to go on a trip and not be dragging around cartons of milk, because a little bit of powder you can put in a Ziploc bag or just take the whole can. It also makes fabulous ice cream. Some other things, if you can tolerate soy, Tofutti makes a soy-based sour cream and cream cheese that are absolutely out of this world. If you're buying cheeses, you really have to be careful. Many of cheeses that are labeled as non-dairy will actually have a minor amount or a small amount of casein or caseinate or other milk protein. So just because a cheese says non-dairy, you have to read the label and be really diligent. And you can't, unfortunately, even necessarily go to the people who work in the store. I went to one of the stores I visited and said, do you have any non-dairy cheese? They said, oh yes, look, we have all these cheeses that are non-dairy. And one by one, I showed the store that each one had a milk protein, a small amount of a milk protein in it. So you as the parent or you as the person who needs the support have to be vigilant and understand someone may say, oh yes, this is fine, and they won't really know. I do also use tofu. If you can't tolerate dairy, but you can tolerate soy, tofu blended in a blender or in a food processor can be made to look like ricotta cheese, and it's a great, I have a recipe in the tip sheet for lasagna where you don't have any ricotta cheese. So there's other options you can use. There are non-dairy ice creams available, rice ice creams, soy, again soy, or you can make your own with the potato, with the dairy-free potato. And there's also a product called Rich's Whip, which is a non-dairy whip topping that you whip up yourself. The thing that I'm not so wild about is it has some additives and preservatives that I wouldn't necessarily use, but we do use it as an occasional treat, 3 or 4 times a year. So always, always, always read the labels, be vigilant, and just because a product is free of milk today or free of any milk proteins or milk components today does not mean that that same food, product, or ingredient will be free of milk tomorrow. So you do need to continue to read your labels for safety. For our free tip sheet on milk and lactose intolerant, milk allergies and lactose intolerance, please visit my website, www.thesuperallergycookbook.com, and have a great day. Thank you.